Hey everyone, it's Mojaxx back in the DJcity UK lab. Today we're looking at some lighting. We have here the MobilePar Mini Hex 4s from ColorKey. Let's get to it. I've spent the past year really trying to get my head around DMX and DJ lighting in general a lot more. The impetus for this was mostly sound switch and record box lighting, which are both great ways to get light shows synchronized with your music in a fairly automated way by linking with DJ software and hardware. What I realised quite early on is that it's all well and good having fancy effect style fixtures like moving heads, but that it's also really important to have a good set of base fixtures, bringing colour to the room as a whole, and this is usually achieved with a bunch of par lights. A quick note on the naming: PAR stands for Parabolic Aluminized Reflector, where the reflector focuses the light from the lamp into a beam. In the age of LEDs, the technology means that the shape of the lamp body can be different from a traditional PAR can, but the overall effect is largely the same. The MobilePar Mini Hex 4s are designed to be uplighters, so you place them on a floor or surface firing upwards. The spread of the beam is 40 degrees, which is pretty standard for this kind of fixture, and there is an adjustable kickstand on the base, so you can angle the beam slightly if you want. In terms of the ColorKey lineup, they sit somewhere in the middle. They have larger fixtures, which are more expensive, and they have basic wired pars, which are around $70. The MobilePar Mini Hex 4s have a street price of $200 each, and they're also available in a set of 6, with a soft carrying case for just under $1,000, which seems like a great pack to get you started with uplighting. That case is pretty basic, and the foam is starting to look a little tatty after a year of pulling the Hex 4s in and out of it, but it does the job well enough. Why do they cost more than basic pars? Well, there are quite a few reasons for that. Construction of the fixtures is all metal and they feel absolutely rock solid. What they are not is waterproof, so they're only suitable for outdoor use if you're guaranteed to have good weather. They are very compact at around 5 inches square and pretty lightweight at roughly 4 pounds each. They have the adjustable kickstand, as already mentioned, and a metal carry handle which tucks nicely out of the way. Overall, the Hex 4s are clearly designed for life on the road, and they will handle that very well. The base of the unit is raised slightly off the floor, which makes room for the connections. Wired DMX is taken care of via RJ45 sockets. Adapters to regular 3-pin DMX leads are included. There are 2 sockets, so you can pass through the signal from one unit to another. I did try going between them with regular Ethernet cables, and that worked fine, so that's another option for you. Being realistic, you'll probably be using some kind of wireless control with these most of the time, which we'll get to, but you never know when having a good hardwired solution might come in handy. The other socket on the base is for the power adapter. The Hex 4s are battery powered and the battery life is impressive. ColorKey reckon about 6 hours on full colour and up to 15 on a single colour. Of course, this is going to vary wildly according to how you use the lights, but from my testing, you should be able to get comfortably through an evening event without issue. Recharging them from dead does take a few hours, but it's worth noting that the fixtures can also run with the power supply connected if you're really concerned about battery life for a particularly long gig or you have multiple gigs in a single day. The 4 LEDs themselves are very bright. They are 12 watt and kick out a serious amount of light for such a compact fixture. You certainly don't want to be looking straight into them at full power. Here they are positioned around the walls in the lab with no other lighting switched on, and the room is lit very nicely. As the name implies, they're also hex LEDs, meaning that as well as red, green and blue, they also feature amber, white and UV. This offers serious potential for precise colour mixing, as well as the ability to have pure white, pure amber and even do a bit of UV glow malarkey if you want. When it comes to control, you have a lot of options with the MobilePar Mini Hex 4s. Each unit comes with an IR remote control, which I found to be a bit fiddly and unintuitive, but it does work. The menu on the rear is rather indecipherable, especially for anyone new to this kind of lighting, and the breakdown given in the manual really doesn't help all that much. That's not really a criticism of these fixtures in particular, it's just how the vast majority of these products are. But all the stock functions are there between the menu and the remote, with auto modes, sound to light or manual adjustments. You can also set one unit to be the master and the others will synchronize with it. The Hex 4s feature standard wireless DMX and that works really well. At first I didn't realise exactly what they could do, so I went out and bought a wireless DMX transmitter, but it turned out that really wasn't needed. You can hardwire DMX via cable into one of the Hex 4s and that will pass on the signal wirelessly to the other units. There are 7 possible groups you can select, so if you have multiple fixture types you need grouped together, the Hex 4s will handle that no problem. Range is on a par with most fixtures of this type and should be fine in the majority of venues. There are 2-channel modes, 6 channels or 10 channels, which you can utilise depending on your DMX requirements. I've generally run them via sound switch and record box lighting in 6-channel mode, and I've been very happy with the results. In the end, it's that full wireless operation of the MobilePar Mini Hex 4s which has really sold me on them. You're getting quality, durable fixtures which you can place anywhere, no power outlet needed, and you can control them however you want without going anywhere near them. And if you're going for a clean, slick looking setup, the less cables you need, the better. So there you go, my take on the ColorKey MobilePar Mini Hex 4s. This is a very crowded market segment with a lot of products which look very similar, they perform in a similar fashion, and they're priced at a similar level. But these do stand out, I think, for a couple of reasons. Firstly, that 6-pack, $1,000 for 6 lights with all the cabling and the case, everything you need to put colour into a room for $1,000. Yeah, I think that's a very good deal. Secondly, although all of these lights on the whole come from China and Taiwan, etc., ColorKey is an American brand. It is operated by Mixware, who are one of the biggest distributors of DJ equipment in the US. So if you do need support at any point, you're going to be able to get that support. And in a professional environment, sometimes having access to good support, that really is worth its weight in gold. So that's something you've got to kind of factor in when you're looking at these versus the more sort of generic versions that you can find, or the bigger names, which also offer that kind of support, but perhaps are priced a little bit more expensively. So overall, I think the 6-pack in particular is excellent value. They've been solid performers for me, and so therefore, yeah, it's a full-on recommend. Thanks for watching today. Make sure you subscribe for all our future tips, tricks, and product reviews. I'll see you soon.